really important, especially as Black women, that we get out of our own way, because a lot of times you are so busy worried about what someone else is doing and how they're doing it. Worry about yourself. That ministry is important, right? If you are really in touch with who you are and you're grounded with who you are, with your faith base or your God center, you don't have time to be worried about how somebody else is living.
Facts.
Right? So I think that a lot of times when people have such strong convictions, it's because something inside of them is making them question themselves in some way anyway, right? And so you're looking for a way to invalidate someone else's journey. And it's not about that. I mean, it can all exist. However you get to your desires, fine. If you want to call it manifestation, fine. If you don't, that's okay too.
Yeah. I don't know why y'all Christians be so judgy. We don't have another show about that, but y'all got to stop being so judgy, because I think that just that spirit and putting that energy out there, it's like you said, you could put that energy into the ministry of myself versus me putting that energy into telling you what you should be doing based on what I've been told you should be doing. But again, another conversation for another day. Yes. So how soon did you tell people that you were getting married?
So my immediate family knew, my immediate friend circle knew immediately, literally when I came home.
From the breakfast?
Yes. I told my immediate friends and family that I was engaged. And of course, I got all the questions like, how did this happen? And, as I mentioned on the last podcast, I lost several friends as a result. And as far as getting married, we did not tell anyone. The day, there was actually 2 people who knew that we were going to elope that day. And that was my hairstylist and actually 3 people: my hairstylist, my makeup artist, and the florist.
The people who needed to be involved.
People who needed to know. We had one person who was there who was one of my best friends, still one of my best friends to this day, and that's it.
I love it. Were people mad at you?
Absolutely. Yes.
Did they get over it?
Some did.
I feel like you've been married, how many years? 7
Almost
years
7.
Now? Have they not come back around and been like, well, maybe I was wrong?
No.
Okay. They're just going to eat that. Okay.
Yep. But you know what? I am so happy in my own life. I don't have any time to think about who is not happy for me finding love and me finding support. And I wish the best for them. So there's nothing in me that is hurt about that. I recognize that, everybody ain't gonna make this journey, right? And so that's okay. For the time they were in my life, it was beautiful, and I'm able to move forward and bless them.
And I think that is truly the difference between people who are truly happy, is they want other people to be happy.
Exactly.
If you have a problem with what I deem as happiness, that says more about you than it does about what you think that I have going on. Because the people, I always say this, like the people who are winning, they want you to win too. They want to help you win. I don't know anybody who's truly happy, who's truly successful, who truly feels like they're winning in life, that's like sour and bitter and looking down on other people. Like those, they don't go together.
You don't have time.
That's not in alignment. Yeah, you don't have time. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Let's get into it. So, guys, after not last week's episode, but after our last episode together, after part 1, that I'm going to link at the end of this video in case you haven't seen it. But after part 1, off the record, the microphones were off, the cameras were shut down, and Mickey says, girl, I'm poly, right? I don't know if you say, I'm poly, right? Because how would I know that? But she mentioned it, and I screamed out loud and was shocked. And here we are. She had to come back because I didn't just want to find out. Y'all know we homegirls here. So I didn't want to just find out the scoop without sharing it with y'all. I think that this poly conversation is so much more normal to so many more people than we know of, because if you're not in it and you don't know anybody who is living that lifestyle, then it's a very taboo topic. But I think social media has kind of, opened up the floodgates for people's alternative lifestyles and different ways that people are living. And so I'm excited to be able to have this conversation on my platform. I'm going to tell y'all right now, don't come in these comments talking crazy, okay? We are open-minded here at the Girl Stop Playing platform, and you can use your own platform to say all the things that you have to say. So I just want to put that out there. But before we talk about your personal journey with poly, I need some definitions.
Okay.
Because, and tell me if I'm right or if I'm wrong, but what I have here on my notes is polyamory, polygamy, polygyny. Am I missing any of the polys?
Oh, there's lots of polys.
There's lots. There's more than 3.
There's polyandrous.
Good.
There's lots. There's a lot, and I'm really only speaking to ethical non-monogamy, which is the large umbrella that all of that really fits under, right?
Okay.
And there's a lot of different subsections that fit underneath that as well, including polyamory.
Okay.
So it is not polygamy necessarily.
Okay. Can you tell me the difference?
Sure. So being polyamorous just means I have the ability to love more than one person.
Okay.
Flat out.
Okay.
Polygamy means I am a man who has multiple wives.
Okay.
Okay. Polyandry is I am a woman who has multiple husbands.
Brother husbands. Is that a thing? Is that a thing?
It's a thing.
Okay.
It's a thing.
I thought I was telling a joke.
And by the way, I would love, to have brother husbands.
Okay, let me add that to my question so we can get back to that.
Yes.
Okay.
So there's lots of different subsections in ethical non-monogamy.
Okay. When you say ethical non-monogamy, are you insinuating that non-ethical non-monogamy is like me out here cheating and my husband don't know about it?
I'm not insinuating. That is what it is.
That is what it is.
That is what it is. So ethical non-monogamy means everyone is a consenting participant.
Got you.
That I know what my husband is doing and he knows what I am doing.
Okay.
So there is no cheating. Now, that does not mean that cheating cannot occur in polyamory. It can.
How does that work?
Because there are relationship agreements, just like any relationship. So it depends on what relationship agreements you have, and those relationship agreements can still be broken.
And if you operate outside of that, then that would make it on the non-ethical side.
Correct.
So much to unpack.
Yes.
So how does the term open relationship fall into any of this?
It's under the umbrella. So for instance, there are people who have like a hall pass, right? You've heard of that?
Yep.
Okay. That's open.
It's like one time a year, you got a pass to go out and enjoy your night.
That's under the ethical non-monogamy umbrella.
Okay.
Right? Because I know that my partner once a year has this ability.
We've agreed on this thing.
It might still be a don't ask, don't tell. Like you can go and do you as long as you don't tell me you doing you. I'm fine with it. And lots of generations of women have accepted that, right? Where I don't ask my husband where he is or what he's doing. Long as he come home, pay these bills, I'm cool.
Good.
That's where that kind of comes from. But if you have an open relationship, you may or may not be polyamorous. For instance, I have a friend who has an open relationship with his wife. He can date, she cannot. That's not
their agreement that they've come
That's
to.
their agreement. They would be more so open than poly. And he is also not looking to have emotional relationships. He's looking to have sexual relationships.
Sleeping with other people.
Correct. So as a polyamorous person, my relationships may or may not include sex and always, for me, include emotion.
Got you. Okay. So one of the, I was a part of a conversation, around this topic earlier this year. And one of the, I guess, one of the things that was mentioned was the fact that men are cheating on their wives and in relationships every day of the week. So poly is just us, you're consenting, you know what's going on. Do you feel the same way? Like, well, y'all been getting cheated on, so this is the way that it's not cheating because everybody is aware we're all on the same page.
I don't believe that.
You don't agree with that?
No.
Okay.
I can understand why people would say that. 60% of relationships are non-monogamous, meaning you're in a monogamous relationship, but someone is stepping out of the relationship. And so from that just statistic alone, we know that people are not truly being as monogamous as they'd like to say.